We're here in Port Dalhousie, where with the recent closure of the pavilion, many residents were heard saying, uh-oh, here we go again. But we spoke with the local business owner and city officials who had a much more optimistic tone, focusing on positive changes to come in the year ahead. With funding secured, a major redevelopment to Lakeside Park will happen. Improvements to beach accessibility, playground upgrades, a band shell, electrical improvements, major renovations to the washrooms, and a new or rehabilitated pavilion could all be ready to help St. Catharines celebrate Canada's sesquicentennial in 2017.
The actual pavilion itself, the picnic pavilion that's there currently, has been modified and renovated and sort of patched up, that it no longer has the heritage value that a pavilion like at Montebello Park. A new pavilion, which includes information and storyboards that talks about Lakeside Park, will be that bridge that connects the past to a new pavilion, which I think a large portion of the population of our community is looking forward to seeing in Port Dalhousie.
We're not inflexible. If the decision has to be that you got to go the other way from what we want and you have to build a new one, then we'll just have to make sure that it's as good as possible, as usable as possible, and that it fits in with Port. Like, we don't want something that plunked in there that does not look like Port Dalhousie.
There are major projects looming that could bring condo developments to Port Dalhousie. As for the original tower proposal, there is nothing imminent on that front, but new owners, Fortress, have shown signs of good faith when it comes to improving Port Dalhousie.
Since they took ownership of that property, they have been nothing but willing partners. And during the Pan Am Games, they went in there and cleaned everything up that they could, took the graffiti off the walls, repaired the broken windows. It's a complex plan, and I think the public realizes that the significant build that will take place there isn't something that you just come and start digging a hole. There's a lot of steps that they still have to go through, but they've cleaned up the property. They're looking to have those stores available on Lakeport Road. It hasn't been that way for more than a decade, and at least we have owners of the property that are a phone call away who are saying, what do you need? We're here, and they have plans that are going to be coming forward shortly.
For most of us, a visit to Port Dalhousie includes a walk on the pier. Lately, that walk has been shortened after the federal government deemed both piers unsafe. The city's hands are tied, but they're doing what they can to move the issue forward.
As everybody knows, the new Liberal government is saying they're going to invest in infrastructure, so we wanted to give them a list, but also to make sure the piers are at the top of that list or very close to it. The piers are a tourist attraction for not only just for us in Port, but for the whole city and for the whole region and even beyond the region. People love to come here and walk on the pier. So I'm hoping we're going to start something on these piers this year. I can't guarantee it, but the government seems to be, the feds own it, and they seem to be in high pressure to get this going soon, so we hope to do that.
Visitors to Port will also see major improvements on Lock Street. Wolfgang Gimbel and his partners have opened 3 businesses and are poised to open 2 more. A craft brewery and bistro are scheduled to open their doors in the Old Lions Tavern in late May.
It's a blank canvas. So I looked at it, and my wife and I looked at this as a literal blank canvas. It's, at the time, was relatively affordable to come to Port Dalhousie, so some of those financial hurdles, at least at the outset, are not there. And it was a place that needed fresh thinking and someone willing to put in the energy to make something of it.
The supper market launched last summer, along with grassroots improvement efforts by members of the Port Dalhousie Beautification and Works Committee and the BIA have all made a difference. I
think most people are excited. They're looking forward to seeing more of the positive changes that started last year, and and there's lots of people around that are working hard to make things change for the better, and more of those, more and more fruit of their labor is coming, so to speak, and people are happy to see that, and they're anxious to enjoy it.
Reporting for The Source, I'm Marty Mako.